Hey guys, sorry. Today we have a one of my favorite custom knives uh, from Mr. Martin, R.J. Martin. Uh, he's a extremely talented knife maker, and he's a very smart person. Smart in a way that he puts a lot of thought in his knives. And let's start with this knife. This is a Atlanta Blade Show 2010 tactical knife of the year, and Mr. Martin has won already 4 times uh, tactical blade of the year. So it must be really good for him to win 4 awards. And this knife is called DRT, which means dead right there, and you'll see why. Alright, let's start with the blade. Uh, this is a very aggressive blade. It's made of S30V steel uh, with here's his name engraved. Sorry about the focusing, R.J. Martin. And this is well, it has this is a 25 uh, limited run, so I chose number 9 because I like that number. Alright, back to the blade. This is a very aggressive knife. As you can see, it has a very thick blade throughout the entire blade, and this is kind of like a tanto, but it's modified tanto. It has a outward cut and inward cut. Why? Because in a thrusting, this is will penetrate really well because it's a little bit of like a clip point, and the blade will just go through easily because it has all these curved part. And then in a slash cut, this will perform also perfectly because it has this tip, so there's double tip, and this tip will just bite in. It's kind of like a Warncliffe or a hawkbill tip, which will just bite the tissue and will just rip it off. So this is a pure tactical blade designed, and it's hollow ground, so it cuts really nice, as you can see there on the reflection. The grind itself is really hard to make because there's 1 and there's 2 and there's 3, so it will have to be ground very carefully, otherwise it will lose the geometrical shape. And the blade is stone washed with a Rockwell hardness of 60, which is very high. So this blade is really hard. Alright, now to the blade body. The jimping works very fine. As you can see, the jimping is unlike other blade, which is like a cutout. This jimping actually has a how do you say, like a wave, but it waves back, so it gives you a lot of friction for your finger to go forward. There's not a lot of friction backward, but there's a lot of friction going forward, so it prevents your finger from slipping. And it's very well designed because it doesn't hurt your finger, unlike some other knife that's really sharp, but it holds your finger right there. So in a disc grip, this is a very comfortable knife to hold. Now the blade is full titanium with carbon fiber inlays. As you can see, this carbon fiber is actually textured. So it provides you again with grip. This is textured. So this is textured. But on top that it provides you the grip, it gives you a very good looking aesthetics. As you can see, it has like a little squares inside, and the carved out portion is also a design that provide traction and the looks. So it's perfect. There's a good looking and it's a good working knife. And then it has two back spacers. As you can see, this back spacer sticks out, but this back spacer doesn't. Why? Because when you're holding the knife, you want this portion of the knife flat, because you don't want anything bumped to sacrifice comfort. So this portion of the back spacer is actually inside the handle. So that's a very thoughtful design. And this back spacer is sticking out. Why? Because in your reverse grip, you need the jimping here. And as I was saying, this is the same waved jimping that waves back. So you don't get a lot of traction going upward, which you don't need, but you get a lot of traction going downwards, which you do need. So in this grip, your finger will just stay there and it will not move. And it's sharp enough to bite your finger, but it doesn't hurt your finger. Now, the clip. This is a very long and wide clip. It's very stable and very strong. With this clip, this knife will not move in your pocket, but it's there when you need it. And the long design of the clip, it actually helps you a lot when you want to deploy your knife. Why? Because let's say you have your clip, you have your knife in your pocket, right? And you want to pull it out. So what you do is you stick your thumb in, and then your middle finger in. So when you pull your knife out of the pocket, your index finger is already on the flipper. So you know what I mean? So it's once you pull out, you can already trigger the flipper, which is very fast. Unlike some other shorter clips, when you pull the clip out, let's say you pull the clip out, if it's shorter, you still have to move your finger in to trigger the flipper. So once again, that's a very smart design. Alright, what else? The carbon fiber inlays on this side actually prevents the lock from overextending. It's kind of like a hinders lock, and it works really fine. And it also works as a device that prevents you from pressing the lock bar while you are trying to open, which a lot of knife does. Sorry, let's go into part 2.